Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. We're doing this live from Las Vegas, the Channel Partner Conference MSP Summit. And I have with me today Rick Beckers, Channel Sales Pro. Rick, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure, Doug.
So Rick, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Rick is a good sport about this. The last time we did this just a few weeks ago, really, I managed to change and alter his name a little bit. So yeah, this is the real Rick Beckers. That's the way to spell it. Channel Sales Pro. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about some interesting news that Channel Sales Pro has to share with the MSP community and the channel partner community. But first, what is Channel Sales Pro?
We are a channel consulting company. Typically, we work with technology vendors that are coming into the marketplace and realize that the indirect channel model is the way to go, the best way to go for them to scale and find new partners to drive revenue and ultimately reach their goals, most of which will tell you, based on industry standards, is $100 million exit and call it a day. Right?
Now, you partner, in fact, with the channel partners and also the MSPs.
Yes.
Okay.
So in my career, I own an MSP, I own a TSD, and a consulting company. So for 30 years, I've known all of the stakeholders in this ecosystem, and I've got a broad and deep network, and I help people by putting them together when I recognize that there's a synergy and an opportunity for work.
And so you've sat on that other side of the table. You've been an MSP. You know what it's like. You understand it. Does that give you an advantage in terms of figuring out how to help people now?
Absolutely. Actually, just left a meeting before I came to talk to you, and it was that knowledge of once upon a time being an architect, a network architect, a cloud architect for a $150 million MSP that allowed me to see an opportunity in the way that they were going to market and bring that up to them and basically suggest a new and a better way for them. They agreed, a better way for them to go to market. And I think as a result of that, they will end up being a partner in our ecosystem one way, shape, or form.
Rick, you have some news to share with us, something that you're sharing with the MSP and channel partner people today.
I do. I'm pretty excited about something that's happening, an intersection of a number of things in the industry that are, I'm gonna coin this, maybe somebody else has, I don't care, but I'm gonna start using it. It's data center expense management, so DCEM. We've had telecom expense management, we've had technology expense management, which is basically the overall licensing management that an IT organization needs to be aware of because it tends to bloat. There's even cellular contract expense management, right? That falls under telecom. What's happening is obviously there's a lot of data center activity going on around there or out there. Broadcom has shaken up the industry with the changes in their channel marketing program. But also, there's a new technology that's been developed that we're launching here at the show through one of my partners, dartiq.ai. They've written a platform that allows for the automation and assessment of VM and Kubernetes environments. Thousands and thousands of VMs simultaneously being assessed for workload optimization, compatibility of being able to be migrated from one particular vendor to another, the costing analysis, real-time costing analysis of what's going on, built-in project management timelines, and the approval process that these large, complex organizations have to go through to get these projects accomplished. It's all built in, baked into this one platform, and it allows for the data center expense management. You can, at any given time, know that you are in the right spot, in the sweet spot for your particular organization, for your particular workloads. And if you're not, you can pick 100 of them that you want to send over there and send them over there, and then AI will automatically do it for you. Flip the switch. So this, in general, is going to become what I think an industry standard toolkit for cloud service providers to be able to use in the future. Anybody who's working in virtual machines and AI is going to want to have to take a look at this. But the overall data center expense management is really what it circles around.
Now, why is this such good news for the channel partner or the MSPs?
Well, it makes things easier. It makes something that is otherwise very complex and long, drawn out, and fraught with liability and failure. It brings that down to a much safer, easier process. And for those large MSPs with lots of people on the bench with deep skill sets that can handle this stuff all day, I mean, that's great. But if you can ever optimize how long it takes to get things done, and what we're seeing is this platform cuts your time to migrate by 50%, you can either win more deals by reducing your pricing by 50%, or you can keep 50% and maximize your margins. So there's that. And then on the lower end of the MSP scale, these MSPs don't necessarily have the money to have a cloud architect sitting on the bench, and to have AI give them the ability to migrate from one platform to another without necessarily having all of that expensive talent sitting around on waiting for an opportunity. That gives them the ability to enter into a market, part of the market that perhaps they were not participating in. And then for the actual organizations, the enterprises who have these environments, these VM Kubernetes environments, large enterprise companies, many times they sit on their hands because nobody ever got fired for not necessarily doing something. But if you do something and you take that leap and you create that liability and it doesn't go well, you can be fired. So I think that this is going to bring about a great amount of credibility and a confidence in all of the different stakeholders who are in the ecosystem that make up the cloud service provider industry.
Rick, I really want to thank you for joining me today. This is very interesting. Last time we did this, we got a huge following. I have a feeling we're going to get even more this time. Where can people find more about Channel Sales Pro?
The domain is channelsales.pro. Email for me is RB, Rick Beckers, rb@channelsales.pro. You can dial me toll free at 888-60-CHANNEL. We're all about the channel. And I'll tell you what, you can call me on my mobile.
All right.
248-803-6201. That's how accessible I am. Get in touch with me and see what we can do to help you.
Not very often that we get a senior person in a company offering up their phone number. So that is very brave of you and very excellent of you. Rick, thank you very much indeed for joining me. And I'm going to look forward to our next encounter. For now, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks. I always appreciate it.